Hi, in this short video, we're going to take the website live that we built in the last video. You're going to see that in under 10 minutes, that website, which only took 10 minutes to build, can be live on a proper domain name working. And now what we want to do is we want to get it live. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is to get ourselves a domain name. So for this, you just need to go to something like names.co.uk or GoDaddy, or I'm using one quite a lot called namecheap.com. So you go there, I've put in here ironingstarbromley.co.uk. Let's hope it's available. So it's available, and it's £3.84 for the year. That's very reasonable. Some of the domain names will be a lot more expensive, but .co.uk is what I would recommend, or in the States, I guess you would probably be best off with .com. So you would purchase this domain name, and once you've got that, you'll be able to log into your account, and you will need to update the DNS settings. They're just some numbers which basically point your domain to where your website is living. So let's have a look at that. Inside my namecheap.com account, I can select one of my domains and click manage, and then I can go straight to the advanced DNS. And this just brings up the area where you will need to put a few of these type of numbers in. And basically, you just follow Claude or ChatGPT or whichever LLM you're using, follow its instructions. It will tell you exactly what to put in each of these boxes. You can just add a new record, and if it's an A record, you click there. Then it might have an @ sign or a www sign. In this bit, you will add any IP address, and then you just save it. And then you dive back towards Claude. And I'm going to show you now that kind of process of just connecting it all up. So here we go. I've asked Claude, please tell me step by step how to get the website live and living on a real domain name. I've then mentioned that this is a demonstration for my followers. So I'm not going to actually buy the domain, but we'll use another one of my domains just for the purposes of the demonstration. So off we go. I will say, let's use ADHD max.bot, which is one that I have, ADHD max.bot. So here it's saying, so step 1, upload the site to your VPS. Run this in your terminal. So we're going to copy that, and we are going to stick it into terminal, which I will show you now. So I'm going to get Claude on one side of the screen, and I'm going to have terminal here. Let's have a clean terminal window. I'm going to put that there. So what I do is I click the little copy button there, and I just paste that into my terminal window. When that comes back, I'm just going to highlight that bit of code that came back as an output. And I'm going to select the output and put it back to Claude. And then he can read it. So he's going to give me a few steps like this. He's going to get me to create the folder on the VPS. So I copy that, I paste it here. And when this bit comes back, I just copy the last bit and paste it back. Right, upload the file. So we're going to do that and paste back the output. I'm basically acting as a bridge between Claude and my terminal in my computer. All good. Go to wherever you registered ADHDmax.bot and set these DNS records. So this is what it wants me to do. It wants me to create these two A records. So in the DNS that I showed you a minute ago, we are now going to go to the correct domain. I'm going to create an A record. So I do add a new record, select A record, and then the host is going to be the @ sign, which I can do that. The IP address is going to be that one ending in 51, which I can paste from over here. Then I'm going to do another record, which is also an A record, and it's going to be www, and it's going to be that same IP address. So then I save those by clicking Save All Changes. And as he says here, once the DNS propagates, which means the message gets out across the internet, usually 5 to 30 minutes, the site will be live at ADHD max.bot. So I can come back here and I can tell Claude A records created. Now, SSL is a security certificate which enables your site to not be flagged up as a dangerous site. So we're just going to do the same thing again here. Going to move that back, get the terminal back. And so we've got another bit of code to copy, paste it in here. It's requesting a certificate. So we just wait for that to go through. And then again, copy the outputs, which is that. And I will paste it into Claude here. And here we go. Your site is live. So if I now click on that, open the link, it opens it up here in my browser. And as you can see, it is a proper HTTPS. The S is what we did with the SSL certificate. If you don't have an SSL, it'll just say HTTP, but people won't like going to a site that brings up a security warning. So this is live now, and we can test it properly, how it works. It jumps down to there, services jumps down to there, coverage, so our catchment area, about, we need to put a photo of Sammy in there, which, as you can imagine, you just go back to Claude and say, here's an image, drop the image into Claude. Could you put that into the photo in the about bit, about Sammy? They can write a message, or they can send the inquiry, or they can build a quote first, going back to. So what you can see here is that website has been built. It's got some quite clever functionality around finding the areas which are, these will be used for SEO to come up on searches in those areas. But anyway, what you see here is a website that's up and running, and it's not just a plan for a website. This is actually live. I will be taking that down from that domain name because it's not what I'm using it for. So website done and live in roughly under 20 minutes of your time. Maybe a bit more, including the coding time that Claude's using. But when I say under 10 minutes, I mean in under 10 minutes of your own time and effort, which for us ADHD brains is pretty good, because I'm terrified by the idea of a 4-hour slog. Will I ever get to the end of it? Probably not. But this way, we really can. I hope you've enjoyed this and carry on learning more with the other videos.